Restored Republic via a GCR, update as of July 24, 2021 by Judy Byington. This weekend that final shotgun start would include, not necessarily in this order, payouts and package deliveries to lower-level bondholders, church groups, lower-level F&P, PP, adjudicated settlement recipients and beneficiary accounts, plus Tier 4B notification. Redemption centers have not been shut down and were on alert to be ready at any moment to start exchanges this week and weekend. The shotgun start would initiate lower-level beneficiary accounts of Level 3 and church groups to be paid out at the same time as Tier 4B notification. RV exchange and redemption procedures. The below protocols were in place with the new quantum banking system, which went into effect on July 24, 2021. In the U.S. the quantum banking system would be delivered by UST to every national, who would receive a secure card that would be their own unique card. This card would grant you access to a website where all of your assets were listed. Using an image, or a serial number you could add any currency that you held, or deposit a check and the system would verify and add that asset to your account. The country providing this asset, currency or bond, was also on the quantum banking system. All currencies would be validated that the account owner was the original purchaser. If the account owner entered foreign currency, bonds, that were purchased by another person, it would not be validated. So, no private swaps and no aggregators would ever be successful with this system. It's the end of side-by-side swaps. All currencies handed over to others must then be returned or it's not viable for anyone. This week this will be rolling out with cards delivered directly to you. The SafeLink website would still be available for those who don't have an address, or were untraceable. Those who don't have an address would deal directly in the bank. Those with projects would also go to the bank to discuss your projects, via your assigned WM. To receive the higher contract rates you would have to qualify for them by showing that you were willing to put some of your funds into projects. The higher contract rates would not going to be easily given out to anyone without projects. One of the main reasons the final shotgun start has not already happened was because final cabal arrests and cleanup are still underway. Last weekend they removed a handful of Treasury personnel who were subtly interfering with actions and documents required to execute the global shotgun start. Interpol, DHS, military RV security teams and special forces were doing a final sweep of checks, cleanup and arrests to clear the path from potential deep state interference. Restored Republic. The Restored Republic and global currency reset were military operations. Thus, fake narratives and disinformation were needed in order to allow the white hats and military to operate efficiently and effectively. They often put out conflicting reports. The military has raised two DEFCON level alerts, CENTCOM and AFRICOM, due to recent terror strikes in those regions. Revolutions against communist governments were going on in the UK, Cuba and France. The military has indicted Newsom, governor of California, while a military tribunal convicted Susan Rice of treason and sentenced her to death, none of which was carried by the fake mainstream media. 2020 election fraud, and how the deep state cabal was using HAARP to manipulate weather conditions across the globe to create earthquakes, floods and tsunamis, setting the stage for worldwide gas and food shortage crises, plus ignored cyber attacks on banks and businesses across the globe that would lead to a stock market crash and global financial crises. Recent massive floods across Europe, China and the Middle East were affecting nuclear plant leaks and power outages. There was a mounting concern for stock market and Bitcoin crashes. Worldwide crises events were expected to soon require activation of an emergency broadcast system that would combine with over 50,000 mass arrests of mainly child sex political and global elite perpetrators and coincide with release of the RV. Food shortages. Imagine how many computers have McAfee antivirus installed on them. Didn't Microsoft Windows sign a contract with McAfee, or at least promote it on every Windows platform? By the way, where is the owner of the Norton antivirus? Think election software. To create an antivirus software, You must be an expert in understanding the system and its vulnerabilities. John McAfee has it all in this Stedman switch. Information for government, politicians, MSM, CEOs and so on. Almost everything. Do you expect Assange, Snowden and others to follow him? McAfee Deadman switch activated. What storm, Mr. President? As waters recede, riverbeds reveal. Prepare. FBI, DEA, CIA, SEC, DHS, IRS, DL, NRO, WEF, Microsoft, Trees, NGA, DLD Idaho 2020, Aramco, Berkshire Hathaway, WHO, Gavi, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Facebook, Apple, AT&T, the Clinton Foundation, Huawei, Pfizer, Rothschild & Co., Johnson & Johnson, Planta, ICC, NSC, Halliburton, ICC, NCC, Halliburton, Kiva, Raytheon, IDEO, Lockheed Martin, Alphabet, Klaus Schwab, Accenture, Fisher, JP Morgan, the Blockchain Foundation, Raytheon, twice. McAfee, soon they won't be able to walk down the street. They will keep the masks on and hide until they meet their fate. They will come after me again and cry a foul. The deck has been stacked and the tokens have been loaded. Triggered. Next 74 hours. My Discord server is live and running in case Telegram takes on too much water this weekend. Have you seen the weather? Looks like a storm is brewing. Looks like nothing can stop it. 74 hours. McAfee, dark to light, trust the plan they say. I've waited 17 years for these last 65 hours. Follow the white rabbit. For 40 days the flood kept coming on the earth, and as the waters increased they lifted the ark high above the earth. Genesis 7:17. As waters recede, riverbeds reveal. Dalawak John McAfee. A fellow Yogini warrior sister Jeanette Alba. You guys know about the McAfee kill switch, yeah? All I can say is they did tell us it's going to be biblical. As waters recede, riverbeds reveal. 1. As soon as the water floods are over, the many corpses become visible. 2. Once the floods are over, the dams will become visible. 3. Once the floods are over, the satanic ritual child abuses will come to light. 4. Once the floods are over, we will find the corpses of the non-human beings. 5. As soon as the water floods are over, the release of data from McAfee's inventory will begin. 6. As soon as the water floods are over, the cryptocurrencies will crash. The real news for 24th of July from Telegram. George Soros-tied group infiltrates U.S. military. Biden is intentionally destroying our defense capabilities. The Storm Rider, White Hats in Control means the good guys, important people/groups/military working behind the scenes know the _game. White Hats in Control does not mean they're micromanaging everything and control all world weapons or events or catastrophes. You are inside a crucial moment in the chess game. White hats know the outcome. But still black hats make final moves. Sacrifices. Death equals climate change. Running and waiting, pausing, wasting time, distractions, before the inevitable and _game. White hats in control means reprisals. The game is already won but still the game must played out. It had to be this way. For many reasons. White hats let the deep state make their final moves. Mistakes. Cites all recorded sealed evidence / and crimes against humanity laws. Their crimes had to be completed in everything they did in almost all countries to make military reprisals official and military takeover. Military is the only way / have faith. You're inside the storm. When mainstream media tells you to look here or there, pay no attention. When Snowden tells you to look here or there, pay no attention. Snowden H-boy / there is a reason why Snowden's plane landed in Russia, no mistake. And why he pretended he was on the run. Why the Pentagon _CIA played a mockingbird game. Why do you think the CIA / Hollywood allowed a film to be made about him? Wreck Ever Given is still on course for Red Castle at 11.9 knots. It still looks about 1 to 2 days away. Sea Victory is following close. USNS Liberty Promise and the USS Yuma are still nearby. God bless the United States military. The storm rider, no sugarcoating here. Just real info to prepare you. Climate change equals floods, deaths, chaos, earthquakes, tsunamis, devastation, kill the plants, FOOD, disrupt shipping. The weather weapons are being used to create confusion and chaos and fear in many countries to keep narration going of pandemic and now climate change pandemic. There are several tens of thousands of Q posts and pages in Telegram that give non-stop cheerleading pep rallying talks and information. My page isn't one. I give it to you straight and have been. And I will say it again / pain. It's here. And growing. Hope lost, you must prepare. Food, water and supplies and get your spiritual armor on. Summer on fire. It's always darkest before the light comes. DS cards. Climate change is a dangerous card. Blame the earthquake, floods, plants devastation on climate change. Control the narration. Next cards. Take control of all internet servers across the world in every country. Deplatform /ban Great Awakening movement and all who go against the DS narration. You should have asked known this is coming. Pain. Pain pain. Pain pain pain. Pain pain pain. Those who truly understand the plan know this was all meant to happen. Crash and click nothing. Only than 11.3 A new world. Watch the deep state military. They are trying to create earthquakes of the coast. Calling it tests greater than exercises. Explosions in the deep ocean. Many reports of earthquakes after the testing. Test plus tsunamis. Incoming. Watch the water queue inside the storm. President of Mexico calls for the release of WikiLeaks founder and publisher Julian Assange. No one should be punished for revealing facts. Ivanka Trump, just in. 200 people in 27 states in the U.S. are being monitored for symptoms of monkeypox after an infected person traveled earlier this month from Nigeria to Dallas, according to the CDC, NY Post. Developer of the Ethereum cryptocurrency, Ethereum, Virgil Griffith is in custody. He was charged with violating the U.S. law on sanctions against North Korea by helping the communist country circumvent sanctions using cryptocurrency. The storm rider, last month gave many warnings of HAARP being used to create chaos for July. Now $500 billion in damages through Europe, homes, towns, villages, cars destroyed. The death counts keep rising every day. The floods affecting nuclear plants. Leaks. Power outage, road damages. National emergencies. The supply chain of food, goods distribution by trains, trucks, diesels has stopped in many areas through Europe, Middle East. The damage is still being felt as water recedes and storm still moves east with more storms brewing in the west. Many families across the world are trapped in desolate and rural areas across the nations with no easy access to emergency help. Many Indians believe only tunnel systems are being destroyed by these floods. But this is highly. Texas, breaking. Lawport, Texas, evacuations underway due to chemical incident in Lawport. Mandatory evacuations are in place for the area. No visible smoke can be seen. Hazmat crews have surrounding multiple container trucks. Siberia, raging forest fires are stifling the air in Siberia. Russia is using climate engineering to trigger rainfall. Thick smog covers the capital of Yakutia and Siberia as well as a further 100 towns and cities in the region, as over 200 vast wildfires continue to rampage. Recent earthquake and today over 35 earthquakes around the world in the last hours. Cables, they are going to trigger large quakes. Blame climate change. Magnitude 4.2 earthquake strikes near Iquique, Provincia de Iquique, Tarapacá, Chile. Breaking, earthquake of magnitude 5.3 felt in Rajasthan's Bikaner. Magnitude 4.3 earthquake strikes off coast near Eureka. Kokopo, 5.4. Earthquake Papua New Guinea. Papua earthquake 5.8 felt 140 kilometers from New Guinea. 6.1 earthquake in Panama. Kesht, Iran 5.4 earthquake. Nuku'alofa Tonga 5.4 earthquake. South Sandwich Islands 5.7 earthquake. Tokyo, Japan. 5.5 earthquake. Virginia, California 5.1 earthquake. Tristan da Cunha region 5.0 earthquake. 191 kilometers NE of Los Palos, Timor-Leste 5.1 earthquake. 47 kilometers NE of Ochabamba, Dominican 3.8 earthquake. 28 kilometers SSW of Mina, Nevada 4.0 earthquake. 88 kilometers with Avanak, Alaska 4.3 earthquake. 12 kilometers WSW of Petrolia, California 4.3 earthquake. South of the Kermadec Islands 4.7 earthquake. 2 kilometers WSW of Choco, Peru 4.1 earthquake. Carol Islands 4.2 earthquakes. 7 kilometers N of Osimian, Greece 4.2 earthquakes. 106 kilometers SE of Pondagat, Philippines 5.2 earthquake. 141 earthquake rattles Yellowstone National Park. Breaking, in the last 72 hours the Afghanistan army has liberated 24 districts which were under Taliban control. Canada, when #EBS starts, the mainstream media will be cut off completely and their satellites destroyed. Peace and prosperity. Or perish. I don't play politics. HRH Romana Digiulo, at Romana Digiulo, Head of State and Commander-in-Chief, Head of Government of Canada, Queen of Canada, President of Canada. Australia, major international airline pulls all flights down under as our crippling border closures threaten to leave Australia totally cut off from the rest of the world. The world's largest airline is pulling all flights to and from Australia, after deciding it was no longer feasible given the country's crippling border closures and a recent reduction in international arrivals. Patriot is hate speech, MSNBC warns viewers to be attentive to online groups using the word patriot. The police arrested a truck with 105 illegal immigrants illegally imported into the United States. The Third World War? The CCP threatens Japan with a nuclear strike and a full-scale war if they interfere in Taiwan's affairs. There will be no peace talks. Australian veterans of the Afghan war publicly burned their medals, demanding that the government take out of Afghanistan interpreters from the civilian population who helped the soldiers. Journalists in the UK can be sentenced to up to 14 years in prison for leaking stories that embarrass the government as part of plans to reform the law on state secrets. 2020 election fraud. Judge brings decision on lawsuit attempting to overturn Georgia Senate elections. Arizona audit, this cannot be left in force. Representative Mark Finchem calls for action by the state legislature after a crushing audit hearing in Arizona. Arizona State Senator Wendy Rogers, a cover-up is always worse than a crime. We must hold Maricopa County accountable. Election prosecutor David Stokas, the state legislatures have full power over elections. The House of Representatives and the Senate can refuse certification by a joint decision. Watch the water. Whiplash 347, as water recedes, riverbed reveal. The countdown continues and cannot be stopped. Clock runs out July 23, 2021 at 3 a.m. EST. You thought it was coming last Friday now makes massive sense. Buckle up. USA state of emergencies declared as devastating floods hit Flagstaff, Arizona, Cameron, West Virginia, Southeast Michigan, New Mexico, Missouri, South Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Bloomington, Indiana. Ship sinks off coast of Liberia. Search and rescue operation is underway after a vessel sank. The Coast Guard has rescued around 11 people from the water. Ukraine, several metro stations flooded in Kiev right now, as a hurricane hits Ukraine's capital. Poland flood. India, more than 20 people died when houses were destroyed amid floods caused by the heavy downpour in the Mumbai suburbs in India. More are feared to be trapped under the rubble. Massive flooding hits Austria. Fierce currents are surging through the streets, threatening another disaster similar to the torrential rain and havoc in Germany and Belgium. People, cars and small buildings were carried away when rivers broke their banks. Most of the destruction has been in Salzburg and Tyrol. Iran, and Pravin accused them of Iran people haven't water to drink. And rivers dry, every animal diagram it. Because government built dam water on Karun and sells water Iraq and to other countries. Water shortage protests in Iran continue for 4 nights now amid record drought. Severe weather warnings and floods across Arabian Peninsula, as storms brew inland over deserts. Riyadh has issued thunderstorm warnings across the kingdom until Monday, with mass flooding already gripping the region. The United Arab Emirates too has urged people to take precautions. Footage of floods and vehicles moving through streams of water has appeared online, while sandstorms too. Devastating weather fronts also hit Oman with cars being washed away. China is flooded. This weather pattern will hold over this region for a whole 4 days. Foxconn says critical iPhone factory hit by massive floods in China. Zhengzhou, in China's central Henan province, has been hit with torrential rain and intense flooding reported. China Three Gorges Dam, PLA military increased at Dam. Three Gorges Dam. China Yayan Dam, People's Liberation Army warns Yayan Dam in the center of China could collapse at any time after being severely damaged in torrential storms. Chinese army blasts dam in Luoyang City to divert floods from Henan province. The PLA has reportedly blasted the Yayan Dam it had earlier warned could collapse at any time after being severely damaged by the floods. China typhoon. After devastating floods in Henan, a typhoon has hit another province of China. Watch, Typhoon Sampaka makes landfall in China's Guangdong province. China Henan Dam in central China's Henan province has collapsed by heavy rainfalls and flooding. Prior to the collapse, Chinese army warned that the damaged dam could collapse at any time. China Guojiazhu Dam near #Zhengzhou City, which experienced severe flooding today, has collapsed, the third dam in 48 hours. China's central government has raised the nationwide flood emergency response level, according to state media. Colorado flood, mass casualty incident declared following flood emergency in Fort Collins, Colorado. #Fort Collins LHCO 20+ people are missing. Homes and roads are destroyed. Cyber attacks. The New York City Department of Law has been hit by a cyber attack. Valchester Lock, the cyber attacks are going to be used as an excuse to cut everything off. They are systematically shutting much down now. I'm sure many have seen national shortages. Personal data of Olympic ticket purchasers leaked online, Kyodo News Agency. Tokyo Olympic ticket login IDs and passwords were stolen and shared on the internet, according to an anonymous government official.